Hey there, David Silverman. I'm a former foot surgeon, and I'm on the medical professionals board of a company called Asea that has a breakthrough technology that often sounds too good to be true to people. And because it's not related to transportation or entertainment, it's related to health. It's very important that people take investigating it very, very seriously. And this purpose of this video is to give you an analogy as to how this product works, okay? Because when people consume this product and they see a shift in their energy, they see a shift in maybe their vision, they see a shift in their skin issue or their bone issue or their liver issue or their prostate issue, it fascinates them. But from the outside, people say, well, how can one thing have an impact on all those things? It's not true. It says it's made from salt and water, which it is. It's not salt and water anymore. It's reductants and oxidants made from sodium chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. But my purpose of this video is to kind of give you an analogy that maybe you'll say, oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. So our body's made up of cells, every part of our body, right? And our cells, our liver is made up of liver cells, kidneys made up of kidney cells, pancreas is made of pancreas cells. If these are healthy cells and they're functioning properly in my pancreas, I don't have a blood sugar problem, right? If they're functioning properly in my retina, I don't have a vision problem. Would you agree with that? If our cells are healthy, we're healthy. In addition, when we're younger, we have healthier cells. You don't see a lot of health issues in children. You don't see a lot of health issues in people in their 20s, but you start seeing them in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Things get worse as we get older, right? We heal slower at 20 than we did at 10, right? Well, what happens at puberty is our body produces what's in this. You're making this right now. It's called redox signaling molecules. Your mitochondria are making this right now. But you made more when you were younger. At puberty, we start producing less. So I'm about to be 63 years old next month. When I was a kid, I produced this much. When I was in my 20s, I produced this much. I wasn't sick, but I didn't heal as quickly as I did when I was 10 if I fell down. In my 30s, less 40s, 50s, 60s, I'm producing this much. Of this, even if I don't drink this, I'm making this much. But I drink this, and it's a biohack. It raises my levels up to what they were when I was younger. Okay? And what it does is it enhances signaling in the body. It doesn't cure me. It doesn't heal me, but it makes me feel like I'm 26 instead of 62, almost 63. You know, is it the reason I take no medications? I don't know. I think so. I don't know, but I don't take medicine. I don't want to take medicines unless I have to take medicines, right? Who wants to take something toxic that can have side effects if they don't have to take it? Okay, I can't claim this cures, heals, or treats anything, and it doesn't. It enhances signaling, and this is what I want to get to, okay? I'm going to give you an analogy with a cell phone, because a cell phone is signal also. But if I have good, healthy cells in my liver, and they're functioning properly, I don't have liver disease. But what if I had a bunch of cells that were not good in my liver, that weren't doing what they're supposed to do, right? Then I'd have liver disease. I'd go to the doctor. They'd say, oh, you've got a liver problem. Or if I was thirsty all the time and urinating all the time, I didn't feel right. I go to the doctor and they say, oh, your blood sugar is 980, Dr. Silverman. You need metformin, you need insulin, you need this. That was my pancreas cells. Before I had the problem, my pancreas was working fine. My cells were good. Now I got cells that are not functioning properly. They're not being replaced with good ones. And so all of a sudden I've got a problem, right? And I have to take a medicine to deal with that, right? Or I see spots in my eyes. I go to the doctor and they say, oh, they look in my retina and say, oh, you've got retina disease. We needed to give you injections of steroids in your eyeball every month. Oh, great. That's fantastic. Well, if that was the only choice, go blind or take the shots, I'd take the shots. But I'd rather not go blind to begin with or have the problem. Okay. Younger people don't have a lot of retina problems. Younger people don't have a lot of pancreas problems. Retina cells, pancreas cells, completely different cells, but they're cells. Younger people don't have a lot of joint problems. Younger people don't have a lot of hormone problems. Younger people don't have a lot of uterus problems or prostate problems. Younger people don't have a lot of problems. Well, younger people produce a lot more of redox signaling molecules, and it's enhancing signaling in the body. Why is signaling important? Well, when you have a bad cell in your retina, your kidney, your liver, whatever it is, The immune system's job is to come down, kill that cell, get rid of it, and the good cell takes its place. A good cell replicates itself and takes its place, right? So this cell's bad. If it remains there, you're going to have a health issue. Does that make sense? Well, we all have cells that are dying. They have a lifespan. They're healthy, and all of a sudden they start to die. They're not functioning properly. And if they remain, then you're going to have a health condition. But they don't remain. In healthy people, they don't remain. Why? Because the immune system is going to get rid of it. How? The immune system is like millions of little ambulances waiting for an emergency call. In the US, we call 911. You may call 999, 112, wherever you are in the world. You have an emergency number you call. Well, the good cells around remember, it's three-dimensional. The good cells detect, they're communicating. Oh, this cell's not functioning properly. In the liver, we're all liver cells. This one's not functioning properly. So sends a signal through the body. Help, help, help. To the immune system cells, gets the signal. The immune system cell comes down, puts the cell through suicide. It's called cell suicide, apoptosis, destroys it, dissolves it, the cell with acid, and it's carried away in the lymph system, and you eventually urinate it out. And then what? You're missing a cell, but the good cell, remember, replicates itself. Now, I simplified it, but that's what happens. Okay. In that process, okay, the immune system doesn't really care what kind of cell this is. Is it a liver cell? Help, help, help. Immune system takes care of it. The immune system doesn't care if it's a retina cell. Help, help, help. It doesn't make any difference. A prostate cell. Help, help, help. Whatever. It doesn't matter, right? If the signal is clear, the immune system is going to come do its job. When we're young, we have a lot of redox molecules. And what they do is they amplify the signal. So at puberty, we start producing less, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. So the call for help young when you fall off your bicycle is help, help, right? You heal quick, right? Well, at 20, it's not quite as loud. You don't heal as quickly. At 40, help, help. 60, help, help. 90, help, help. 90-year-old falls off her bicycle, it's a good chance she's going to die, either on the street or afterwards from complications. She's going to get blood clots, pneumonia, infection, a problem with the anesthetic. We just don't bounce back. Does that make sense? So it's non-specific. Redox molecules don't cure or heal you. They amplify the signal. And if the body can hear that there's a problem in the body from a cell that's dying or a cell that's mutating, the immune system does its job. As long as you have enough nutrition and your immune system is strong enough, if it gets the signal, it's waiting for a call. Analogy. Looking out on my yard, I'm looking at the street. People walk up the street with their dogs all the time. Let's just say I see a man walking his dog and I see him fall down right now. And he's holding his chest. What do we think is happening? Okay. We think he's having a heart attack, right? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to end this video, but I'm going to call 911 and I'm going to say, hey, I've got a man here. I think he's having a heart attack. They're going to ask me two questions. What's your name is one. But is he stable? I'll say, I don't know. I'm not out there yet. I'm going to go outside. What's the other question they're going to ask? They can't do anything unless they ask this question. Where are you? What's the address? Right? So I give them the address, they come and hopefully save his life. Right? What happens if I go to call him and my signal is not good? I have one bar, no bars. Who's coming to help? Nobody's coming to help, right? It's the same thing here. If the signal is low, it was help, help when you're young, and you get older, it's help, help. The signal's not as good. The immune system can't hear the address of the pancreas, the liver, the retina, whatever it is, right? So this amplifies signal. The other analogy between what I just said and what's going on in your body is, does the emergency services care if it's a man? No. The signal's good, they're coming. Do they care if it's a woman? No. The signal's good, they're coming. They care if it's Caucasian, Black, Asian, Native American. They don't care. They don't care. As long as the signal is good, they are coming. Do they care if he's having a heart attack or he just fell out of a tree and broke his neck? No, they're coming as fast as they can come. Your immune system is waiting for the millions of cells waiting for emergency call. It's happening in you right now. You have millions. You're made up of 70 to 100 trillion cells. You have millions dying right now. The immune system is doing this all the time. It was doing it better when you were younger. This amplifies signal. Double-blind placebo-controlled study shows it amplifies signal from the gene to the cell as well, and it raises your levels of antioxidants, so many things. Go to gettingyoungerclub.com, gettingyoungerclub.com. Go there, and you'll see very specific little videos explaining this. Another good resource is discoverredox.com. Last thing I want to tell you is safety on this, as opposed to medicines. Thank God we have pharmaceuticals, crisis situations. The man lying there, thank God we've got pharmaceuticals, right? Crisis situations, it's great. But most people don't have heart attacks in the street. Most people don't fall out of a tree or get hit by lightning. But a lot of people have sleeping problems. What's the answer? A pill. A lot of people have vision problems. What's the answer? Drops or injections in the eye. A lot of people have breathing problems. What's the answer? Drugs, inhaling them. A lot of people have skin problems. What's the answer? Putting medicines that are toxic. A lot of people have joint problems. Live with it, take medicine, or have surgery. Those are the options. Did you know non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, ibuprofen, or even Voltaren gel? Great products, right? But it says on the label, don't use it for more than 2 weeks. It increases your chance of heart attack and stroke. Read it, okay? Not this. And there's a gel version of it that's quite amazing, right? You can't be allergic to it. It's in you. There's no toxicity to it at all. You can drink as much as you want. Most people drink 4 to 8 ounces a day. You can drink as much as you want. It's so safe. I'm not saying it helps eye conditions. I'm just showing you I have the liquid in here. I'm just demonstrating how safe it is. I'm putting it in my eye. I'm breathing it in. It's not a pharmaceutical. Okay. And lastly, it doesn't interfere with anything that you might be doing. The last thing I want to leave you with is this. I think I've explained how it's so non-specific in what it does, but the last thing I want to leave you with is this. Until someone has an experience with it themselves that validates that it's real, it's all hearsay. You go online and you see, oh, it's just, people say it's just salt water, or it's a scam, or whatever, okay? This is a biotech company that developed an incredible technology. When you go to gettingyoungerclub.com, watch the Genesis video there. Please, that's how this company started, and you'll understand why it's marketed by word of mouth. They did not sell out. They didn't take the buyout from pharma. Pharma would have buried it. They would have buried it. I'm not going to get into the details. Watch the video. But validating it is easy. This will give you instructions on how to use this properly, right? The gel version of it is what gives anybody who wants to validate this can validate it in minutes. And it's marketed for anti-aging. So it's clear. Remember, it's clear. There's no smell. There's no greasiness to it. It's made from saline because your body makes it from saline. At gettingyoungerclub.com, you'll see a video there saying it was salt water. Watch that. Gettingyoungerclub.com. But I'm putting it on my face because it's for anti-aging. Most people don't think that I look like I'm almost 63, but that's a nice compliment. That's just icing on the cake for people. Everybody wants to look younger. It's how I feel. It's how I feel. I just came back from my place in Florida. I played 7 rounds of golf in 5 days. I haven't played golf in the summer at all, basically. I played every single day, sometimes twice a day in 95-degree heat. It's amazing. But the gel, take the gel, use it on your face, take pictures of skin issues or whatever, and just watch what happens. But find a few people who are hurting. Yes, you heard me say hurting. What does hurting have to do with wrinkles? Nothing. But find 10 people who are hurting and ask them for 10 minutes. Anybody who's hurting would like to not hurt, right? So they're like, I'll give it a try. I'll try it, right? Especially something that has no toxicity. Have them, we call it the magic gel 1, 2, 3. Why? 1, have them rate their discomfort level on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being a little bit, 10 being a lot. So 1, rate their discomfort level. 2, shake up the gel and apply it 3 times in 5 minutes. 3 times in 5 minutes. And then the third thing, at 10 minutes, ask those 10 people how they feel. Watch how many of them say, how did it do that? Watch how many people say, how did it do that? Watch how many people who did a deep knee bend and it hurt coming up say, how did it do that? It isn't going to be 1 or 2 or 3 of them. It isn't going to be 4 or 5 or 6 of them. You watch what happens. And remember, there's a money back guarantee on the product. So nobody's trying to fool anybody. It will open your eyes to that this is something very significant. And my explanation as to how this works, amplifying signal, will start to make sense to you. And besides, maybe your finger hurts and you're like, wow, that feels better. Start thinking of people you love who may have some more serious things going on with them, right? Because this sounds too good to be true, because people just don't understand how it's working and they believe everything on Google. So they'll see 20 things saying good things about it and one thing saying it's salt water, it's a scam. You have nothing to lose here. Safe as water, comes with a money back guarantee. I hope you get back to the person who told you about this and say, I want more information on this. Okay. Take this seriously. There's nothing more important than your health. You think about it. Today, as I do this, it's what, September 2nd, I think it is. Saw Jimmy Buffett died at 76. I think Jimmy Buffett was a billionaire, actually. And my wife and I were talking, goes, what good does $1 billion do when you're sick and you're dying? Doesn't do anything unless you have knowledge. Knowledge is power. So do get back to the person who introduced this to you. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. And gettingyoungerclub.com. There's no contact information there. That's specifically to answer the most common questions people have. Thank you so much.